Hello guys, my name is Nelo and you're welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this shirt dress. Okay, so this is a 3/4 shirt dress, 3/4 sleeve. Okay, so and you can fold it like so or leave it straight like other side of the sleeve hem. And this is where the button is going to be. I have not attached the button. I use pin to hold it. Okay, so I use 1.5 yard of shirt material. You can use Ankara for this, but I'm not really a shirt fan, so I just use this material to make it because I have it available. And I'll be showing you everything about the shirt though. So if you are new to this channel and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing because I upload video every week. Like and share my videos. Leave a comment below for me. And you can also check out my other videos that you've not watched. See you in my next video. Bye. No, not bye. Let's start. Okay, so I've cut out my material using the shirt pattern we made on the previous video. If you've not watched that, please check it out. I'm going to leave it on the description below. So this is the front panel for the shirt. As you can see, I increase the length a little bit with like 2 inches or so. So you already know what your length is. So you may be wondering what this green line, this bust line is doing here. I just added it because I wanted to use the bust dart for it, but I changed my mind. I did not use any dart at all. So the shirt is dartless. But you can use that. If you want to know how I make that bust dart, check out my basic bodice pattern. Okay, all right. So for the back, I've also cut it out, and I also extended the length because I want the back to be a little bit longer than the front. All right, and I added, yeah, is 5 or like 6 inches longer. Okay, and I added 1.5 inch at the center back for I added 1/2 inch up here. Okay, for the joining of yoke, and I also add 1.5 inch here for, I just want to pleat it a little, okay, at the back for a little design. So I add 1.5 inch there. So, and I'll not be using that too for the back, but if you want, you can use your darts. Okay, so now let me show you the yoke and then the sleeve. So this is the yoke. Okay, this is the yoke. Is cut on fold. All right, so you can cut 2 pieces of this, but I don't have enough fabric, so I used 1 piece. I cut 1 and I added 1/2 inch for joining it to the other part. Okay, to the down part, to the bodice. So I added 1/2 inch for joining. Make sure you add 1/2 inch or else your fabric will be short. Your dress will be short at the back. So this is the sleeve. If you want to know how I make this sleeve, check out my basic sleeve pattern tutorial. Okay, I'll also leave it on the description box below. Okay, so we're gonna start making the back panel now. So for the back, remember I cut on fold. Okay, you cut all on fold. All right, so this is the back. What I'm going to do now is I will give all this a good press before sewing because it's very squeezy or so. So I just notched the middle of the back. I'm going to pleat it like so. With that 1.5 inch I included for this. Okay, make sure if you want to gather it, you can also gather it. If you want to pleat it, fine, but make sure you add the allowance. Okay, don't just pleat when you did not add anything. Okay, it will be tight on you if you do that. So I'm going to pleat like so. Okay, so I'm trying to check if what I took is exactly what I added. So I'm going to use pin to secure it. So I added 1.5 inch, which is going to be 3 inches when you open the fabric, and after folding it like so, you're going to have 2 inches at the top here. Okay, it's just for a little design at the back. You can gather it if you like, or you pleat. Okay, So now I'm going to place the yoke on it. I'm going to stitch there first before placing the yoke, or I can still use the yoke. I can still place the yoke and then stitch at once, okay? Guys, don't mind this thing that is very squeezy. I'll iron it before sewing, okay? But I just want to, I'm in a bit of hurry. So now I'm going to place it like so, okay? Like this. So let me bring the camera close so that you can see very well. So I'm going to stitch here, sew it straight with a straight stitch, then I'll flip it over, okay? So I'm going to do that and show you. So for the front panel, I also cut unfold. In fact, I cut 2 pieces, okay? It's going to be 2, all right? So I'm going to notch the button stand, the lapel of the button. I'm going to notch it like so. Remember to notch so that you will not do any mistake or something. So what I'm going to do is, I'm also notching the down part. Sorry, you can't see that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take one of this, and then I'm going to fold it like so. Fold like 1/2 inch in, then fold it up again like this, okay? I'll fold 1/2 inch like this and then fold it again like this, okay? Make sure you're folding end at that area, the place you notched, okay? Don't take more than what you add. So I'm going to sew like so, all right? I'm going to run a straight stitch like this down, and I'll do the same on the other one too, okay? So guys, I have sewed the front button stand and the buttonhole too, okay? So don't mind that little boy that's running around there. Okay, so this is it. I've sewn it. So the back part too, I have also sewed that side, as you can see, okay? So because I'm using one piece of the yoke, I overlock it, okay? I overlock the inside. So I overlock here, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how you are going to make use of 2 yoke. If you have enough material, make sure you cut 2 yoke, okay? So you place one on top, right side to right side like this, and then the other one underneath it like so, just the way I'm doing it, okay? And then you sew one on top, one below, okay? For the yoke, 2 yokes, okay? Then you sew. Make sure this other upper one is right side, facing the right side of the dress. Then you sew like so, and you flip, then you top stitch like this one. I'm still going to top stitch on it, okay? So that's just the way to add 2 yokes. 2 yoke is really better and finer. It makes it a little bit thick there, all right? So but I don't have enough material, that's why I use 1. So right now I'm going to join these 2 shoulders together like this. Okay, I'm going to join the 2 shoulder together and then the 2 sides too, okay? And I'll show you. And then for the sleeve, we are going to I'm going to show you how to cut the sleeve. Sorry, not how to cut it, how to create the opening at the sleeve, okay? So just fold this sleeve into 2. I'm bringing the camera close. So you just fold like so, and then notch the midpoint of that sleeve, okay? notch the midpoint like so. Okay, then you mark the midpoint from that edge to the middle where you notched, from here to here. Okay, like this. Get the midpoint of that. Whatever is your midpoint, you're gonna mark, tick on it. Okay, like this. And then you slit open. So what I use for the slit is 4 inches long. Okay, the slit opening, even if you're making for a long sleeve, is still 4 inches. Okay, you don't open more than 4. So I wanted to make 3.5, but I changed my mind. I made it complete 4 inches, whether it's long or 3/4. Just use the normal 4 inches. Okay, for the slit. So I'm going to turn it like this. So I'm going to cut it with a little kind of curve so that it won't give me problems when turning the sleeve with the fabric. Okay, or with bias, anything you want to turn with. So this is it for the sleeve. All right, so I'm going to cut like 1 yard, 1 inch of strap. So this is for the band. It's 3 inches. Okay, so I'm going to fold. The length is my elbow. The circumference of my elbow is the length of the band. The, what is it called? The cuff. Sorry, not the band. You can still call it band though. So the cuff is the length is the circumference of my elbow. So if you're making for a long sleeve, it should be the circumference of your wrist. Okay, so that is that. And this is a little strip I cut for the turning. I'm going to fold it like so and then place it like this on the right side, and then I'll sew it down. Okay, it's on the right side of the sleeve, not on the wrong side. Then I'll flip it over inside like so, and then top stitch on it. I'm going to show you that later. So let's go and sew. Okay, so now I have joined the shoulder and the 2 sides together of the back and front panel of the dress. So I'm going to measure the neck so I can cut my collar stand and collar. I showed how to cut collar stand and collar on the other pattern tutorial. Okay, so check it out to know how you can cut your collar. But before you cut, you measure the round neck of your dress. Okay, so for the sleeve, I have also sewn it. So this is it. All right, so this is how I do it. After sewing the way I showed you before, like this, okay, what I will do next is to flip it like so. Okay, and then I'll top stitch. That's on the wrong side. Okay, I'll top stitch. You place on the right side and sew before you now turn it over to the wrong side and sew. So this is how it's going to look like after that. Okay, then you give it a good press. Sorry, I don't have electricity now, that's why I'm not ironing. So for the collar, I've already cut the collar and the collar stand. Okay, so this is my collar stand and this is my collar. So I'm going to sew like so. I've already sewn it already, and I ironed a gum stay on one part of the collar. This part I ironed the gum stay on it. Okay, then I sew like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to notch the 2 edges so that it will not be puffy when I turn it over. Okay, so I'm going to turn like this. So you give it a good press. If you have light or whatever, just iron it very well, and then you top stitch like so again. Okay, I'm going to top stitch there. So what I'm going to do next is I also iron the gum stay on one part of the collar stand. Okay, so I'm going to notch the midpoint of this collar stand like this. Okay, I'll notch the midpoint, and then I'll also notch the midpoint of the collar. This is to help you get accurate collar stand on the collar, okay? Because if you did not, and you start sewing from the midpoint, after you use pin to secure it, you start sewing from the midpoint, or else one part will be longer than the other. One side of the collar stand will be longer than the other, okay? So I'm going to place like this, one on top, right side to right side, and then the other one below. Place them notch to notch, okay? Like this, notch to notch, okay? The right side facing up, the right side facing down, okay? And then the wrong side, just place them right side to right side like this, okay? So I'm going to start sewing from the midpoint, not from the tip like I'm showing you here. I started sewing from the midpoint, that place I notched. If you start sewing from the midpoint, it's going to shift, okay? So this is the sleeve. I added a little strap on it, okay? So what I did, I took 10" from the shoulder, from the tip of the sleeve down, okay? And then I sewed the strap I cut out there. The strap is just, I don't really have a particular measurement for it. It's just like whether 1 inch or so. And then the length is 5 inches, okay? So I'm going to put a buttonhole there, here, okay? When you put a buttonhole, then it's going to look like this. Let me turn it over. So it's going to be, this is where you're going to put your button, exactly where you sew the strap, okay? Then I'm going to place it like this. This is how it's going to look after sewing, okay? All right. So for the cuff, I've also ironed the cuff. I ironed gum stay on it, and then I sew the two edge, okay? Okay, so this is it. Remember I said I cut 3 inches, 3.5 inches for this, okay? So I'm going to place it, the edge of the cuff, to one side of a slit opening like this, and then you pin. And then take the other edge of the cuff to the other side of the sleeve opening and pin. Okay, then I'm going to pin all around. Please iron the interfacing on the cuff before you fold, okay? Sorry, to make it firm. So I'm going to pin all around like so. And if you have any excess, don't worry. Check out every shirt you see. They all have pleats on the sleeve, on the cuff area. That is normal, okay? So that's why you need to pin, so that you know how many excess you have left, and then you're going to pleat it like this, okay? So I have just a little, so I'm going to pleat it like this, then I'll pin. Okay, so I'm going to sew like so, round, okay? And then this is what I'll have after that. It's going to be like this. So I'm going to fold this one like so. Now I'll be folding it inward like this, and then I'll sew. Remember to pin from the wrong side, from the inside. That's the wrong side. Then you turn it out to the right side, okay? You're going to top stitch on the right side, not on the wrong side. So this is the right side, okay? So you pin on the wrong side and turn it over to the right side, and then top stitch on it the way I showed you, okay? So this is it. I've top stitched on it, and this is the right side, okay? So give it a good press, and that is all for the sleeve. So I'm going to attach it to the main body, okay? Also top stitch here, just a little bit of design. Top stitching on shirts makes it look beautiful. It's just a kind of design to it, okay? So now I have sewed the collar stand and the collar, okay? So what I'm going to do now, this part that has the gum stay, I'm going to pin it like this. pin from the inside. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. Okay, pin from the wrong side, which is the inside of the dress, like this. Place them notch to notch. Also remember to notch the midpoint of the dress. Okay, so I'm going to pin all around. All right, so I'm done pinning. I'm going to stitch that side. I'm going to stitch it like so. Okay, so right now I have sewn it. I'm going to flip it. No, I'm going to, before I flip it, I'm going to show you what to do next. So remember, this is the wrong side. Okay, and then this is the right side. You top stitch on the right side. So now I'm going to sew like this. Okay, so you sew this like so. Okay, this is too much, so I'm going to cut out the excess. So I'm going to sew. Make sure it's exactly at your button stand. Okay, shouldn't be longer than your button stand. Okay, so I'm going to sew with a little curve like so. I'll also do the same on this other side. Fold it like this and then sew. Okay, after which I'm going to flip it over like this and top stitch. Okay, fold it in. It's like half an inch like so, like this, and then I'll top stitch. Okay, so I'm going to do that and show you. I hope I'm making sense. All right, so this is it. This is the right side. As you can see, I have top stitch on it. Okay, I also top stitch on the collar, and on the collar stand I top stitch all around. All right, so guys, the next thing to do is just to fold the down part of the sleeve of the shirt, and that is all for this tutorial. Then you go and open your buttonhole and add your buttons. So for the buttonhole, you can use 5 inches length, as in space. Anyway, you know how to space it anyhow you want to space it. So this is the final result. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to subscribe. Also check out my other videos. See you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.